I've seen a lot of people buy a cheap laser level, set it up for the first project, and then spend the rest of the month arguing with a wobbling line that keeps drifting after a light rain. It's a frustrating feeling when a $30 gadget looks promising on the shelf, only to leave you with a crooked fence or a misaligned countertop that you have to redo. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The question is whether splurging a little on a higher-priced model can actually save you the headache, or if you're just paying for a brand name. When you're standing on a construction site, a job site, or even a backyard trying to line up a garden bed, the laser level you choose becomes the invisible ruler that dictates the quality of the outcome. The cheap models often promise a range of, say, 30 feet, but as soon as you move into a bigger space or encounter a gust of wind, the beam starts to wobble, and the line you thought was level is really a guess. That's the risk many DIYers face. You buy something that looks solid on paper, but real-world conditions, dust, unexpected rain showers, the need to run the tool for an entire day expose the weaknesses that the spec sheet never mentions. The Topcon SV2S sits in a different part of that spectrum. It's positioned as a high-accuracy, dual-slope laser that's built to survive the elements and keep running for days on a single set of batteries. That's not just a marketing tagline, it's a response to the everyday challenges the low-cost units can't handle. The device is a Class IIIa laser, which means the beam is bright enough to be seen in daylight yet still safe for general use, and the output stays under 5 MW, perfect for outdoor jobs where you don't want to be blinded but need the line visible on a concrete slab or a dusty fence line. If you're a professional contractor, an electrician who runs conduit across a building FOD, or a landscaper who needs to set a level line for a drainage system over a field, this is the tool that will stay on your belt without you having to check the battery every few hours. The extra-long battery life up to 120 hours on a fresh set of D cells means you can start the day, finish a multi-day job, and still have power left for the next site. That's a tangible advantage over the typical laser that claims 8 or 10 hours and then needs a fresh set of AA batteries, which can be an annoying pause in the middle of a tight schedule. The remote that comes with the SV2S is another small but practical touch. Instead of climbing a ladder each time you want to change the mode from self-leveling to manual, you can stay on the ground and toggle the setting with a press of a button. For a ceiling-mounted layout, or when you're setting a level line on a high wall, that remote can shave a few minutes off what would otherwise be a climb and a risk. Another real-world advantage is the ruggedness. The unit is rated to withstand dust, sudden showers, and even torrential rain. In my experience, a typical entry-level laser will start to misfire after just a light drizzle because moisture gets into the optics. The Topcon's housing is sealed well enough that you can run it on a rainy day, set the line on a muddy foundation, and trust that the beam won't drift when the clouds break. That's the kind of confidence you need when you're marking a concrete slab for a garage. If the line shifts halfway through, you can be looking at a costly repair. Now, the strengths are clear, but there are a couple of trade-offs to keep in mind. The device uses cell batteries, which are larger and a bit heavier than the AA packs you might be used to with a cheaper level. If you're already carrying a heavy tool bag, that extra weight is noticeable. Also, the low power output of under 5 milliwatts, while safe, can make the beam a little harder to see in bright midday sun compared to a higher output Class 2 laser. In those bright conditions, you'll want to make sure you're looking from a good angle, or perhaps use a helper with a receiver if you need a crystal clear line. Who should pass on this model? If you're a casual homeowner who only needs a level for a few small picture-hanging projects or a one-off fence repair, the extra range, battery life, and weatherproofing may be overkill. A basic 30-foot laser that runs on AA cells and has a simple on-off switch will probably do the job for a weekend project, and it will cost a fraction of what you'd pay for a Topcon. On the other hand, if your work takes you